Hello, everybody. Welcome back to mock review number 2. Today we have the American hero Seismic Sam. Of course, a lot of inspirations came from Captain America, Homelander, All Might, and weirdly, the soldier from Team Fortress 2. I wanted to do everything I could to pack as much red, white, and blue into this build as possible. And if you start from the shoes here and you go red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue, it does, in my opinion, may do a pretty good job of representing that. But yeah, so let's get into him and go over some of these details. First and foremost, we have the tricorn hat here, a colonial special. Of course I use regular Lego bricks, and the way I connect it is via the Hero Factory Brain Attack head there. I remember as a kid I did not like the brain attack heads because I had no idea what to do with them, and then years later I discovered, oh my gosh, there's so many connection points you can use, that I was a fool not to use them earlier. So thank you, brain attack. Very, very cool. That of course goes down into his helmet. I knew that Stormer's helmet would have been or is the perfect helmet to use because he's very police officer, very soldier. The underbite reads very, very serious and very brawler-esque. So that was a no-brainer. That goes into his chest. I have a lot of these Stormer XL chests, and I wanted to find a way to use those. So I'm glad I was able to use at least one of those here. I'm sure I could find other uses for my other ones. And then we'll go into the arms. The tires. The tire method is a great method. I use it for almost every mock, depending on if they have muscles or not. Actually, you can see here too that I gave him a tire there, and a tire there to really accentuate his musculature and make him very big and bulky. We'll go straight in down to his hands here. The hand connection was a little funky. I thought it was gonna look too non-connected, if that makes sense. But I am very happy with how it turned out. Using clips and then this little shell connector, I think that turned out really good, and that leaves a lot of room for some nice articulation for his wrists. And then I used a lot of mixel joints for his boxing gloves here. Boxing gloves slash hands. I don't think he's able to really take these off. But that was kind of the idea. He's always ready to fight. He's always ready to go. He's always ready to defend Freedom City. There we go. Yeah, so I can use that to put him into lots of great poses. One thing I wanted to make sure was when I was building him was that he would be able to salute. And I think if we can get this right here, there we go. Look at that. Oh, almost. That does happen a lot. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. I have some photos on my Instagram where I do have him saluting. There we go. Takes a little bit of love and care, but yeah, there we go. Not too bad. Yeah. The cape itself is just a American flag that I got from Michaels. I did have to go through a lot of iterations because I kept messing it up. I did want to make sure that I got all the stripes in there and all of the stars, but there were certain ones which were printed weirdly, certain ones where I accidentally cut things off. But this is the 4th or 5th try, and I think the 4th or 5th time worked out good. Let's see, we'll turn him around there. Get a pretty good look at the cape. This one is also a little misprinted, but I think it works out because it does loop, not loop, it does curve into a cape shape. I'm talking about the star pattern here, or the edge of the stars here. And that actually worked out quite nicely. It's not exactly fully square, but it makes for a really good cape. So yes, it's a misprint, but it did work out really well. There we go. Okay, next we'll move on to the belt. If I take off this belt, he looks really skinny. Like I said, I did want to give him a lot of bulk and really accentuate his width. So the belt is of course just a lot of different combinations of those Mixel joints, and then the Nexo Knight shield piece. Those Nexo Knight shield pieces were so good when they came out because they can be used for so many things. We have sort of a part of a star, if you will, a shield, put here, and then I did use more of those for his lats to cover up some of the brick in there. And that did blend nicely into the Stormer XL torso. Pretty dang good stuff. We'll move on down to these nice Ben 10 legs, which came out in 2011 for Big Chill. A lot of those pieces I constantly see used for awesome character mocks, and they were phenomenal. I wish LEGO would bring back Ben 10. They'll probably never do it the way they did, and I don't believe they sold too well. But I'm glad we got them, and I was able to find them in blue. And they kind of create almost a jean look for him. And then we'll move down into his leg cuffs. Giving him these round circles here, I wasn't too confident that they would look good. But I kind of warmed up to them because they read as a nice complement to his circular hero core. And yeah, they just kind of grew on me, and I decided to keep them there. I used just a half rod to keep those in there. Not a half rod, sorry. One of those, not a Mixel joint, but one of those Technic rod with ball joint connectors there to get those. And that's got to be one of my favorite techniques of all time to put armor onto CCBS limbs. But that's mostly it. That is Seismic Sam. He is the hero of Freedom City. He is one of the many heroes of America. He fights for freedom, and he fights for the little guy. But thank you all for joining me today, reviewing him. And keep on building. Feel free to like, subscribe, or comment, and have an awesome rest of your day.